Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a great Thursday today. Well, anyway, we got a TTM that we're going to do here in a few minutes, and I know we talked about doing the Grand Slam Card Club, but I don't have time to do the little editing tricks today, or that I normally do with throwing in the links and the promo codes and etc. etc. So I want to go ahead and just rip through these packs of 1993 Action Packed that have kind of been sitting here staring at us for a while. But anyway, first to the TTM, former Busch Series champion. I'm not going to give you the year because that will give that away right quickly. This one will be a little bit harder for those of you. In 1994, this driver won his lone career pole at Bristol Motor Speedway in the spring of 1994, and I can say that I was there with my friend David at that event. We went to spring break. We went to all the events except for the Cup race that weekend in the spring of 94. But this driver won his lone pole in the spring of 94 at Bristol, driving for Bobby Allison. Had a near career-ending crash at Pocono in 94, ironically the same track as Bobby. Did make a comeback, but didn't have the same success, and probably attributed more to not having quality rides versus having the injury. So anyway, let's get to that. The reveal is, and if you guessed Mr. Chuck Bound, you are correct. So first off, we have a 1991 Max Memorable Moments. Really like this one. He's hoisting the 1990 Busch Series trophy. If you remember, he won 6 races in 1993. He was driving the Hensley Racing Nescafe Pontiacs. 1992 Black Max. Of course, there's that Nescafe Classic. They had Abu Garcia as an associate sponsor, you can see there. Of course, Abu Garcia was mostly noted being on the Mueller Brothers car, the Evinrude car. I believe it's something to do with boating or boat engines or something along that line. And then here was the 1993 Press Pass. This might be 1994. 1994, yes. So 1994 Press Pass, this would have been the car that he ran in 93. And there you see it's kind of starting to be split by Nescafe and Nestea. Of course, this particular team, Hensley Racing, was a mainstay on the Busch Series from the mid-'80s all the way to pretty much the late 90s when they just really ran out of sponsorship. Some of the other drivers that drove that car, Chuck's brother Jim drove it in 1994, I believe. I know Curtis Markham drove it for a couple of years. Chuck Bound did make a comeback in the late 90s in that car with Exxon as a sponsor, or Superflow. And there was a couple other drivers that just don't come to mind right now, but that team did have a strong presence in the Busch Series for many, many years. So I said at the top of the video, we're going to go ahead and open these. What is there? 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 7 packs of 1993 Action Pack. And I picked these up, probably 4 months ago or more. So maybe probably more than that. It had to be sometime middle of last year. There's a channel that I watch sometimes, The Past is Alive, over a guy named John Jabs runs that channel, and he does a lot of baseball cards. Doesn't open a lot of stuff, but he does a lot of where he buys lots and just goes to auctions and flea markets and yard sales, etc., and just buys so much baseball cards and goes through a lot of the product, the older stuff. So he had bought a lot, and it had a bunch of racing stuff in it, and he kind of separated it and threw it up on an auction on his channel. And I was the second highest bidder. Apparently the guy that won the bid didn't want to pay, so he emailed me a couple days later and said, hey, if you're interested in this. And it just had some random stuff in it. I was like, sure, I'm interested. So I do still have one box of this unopened 1993 Action Pack, but obviously you can tell that's Ernie Irvin's car. They probably didn't have the rights from Morgan McClure or Kodak to use any of their imagery, or, they can't even put the 4 on it because the 4 would have been trademarked by the Morgan McClure team. You can pull 24 karat gold leaf cards. There's a Dale Earnhardt subset, Young Guns, Allison family. So, and of course you see the back of the pack here. There's not really anything. There's a second chance sweepstakes. Not sure what that was for. But hopefully, maybe we'll get a 24 karat gold card, but you'll have a lot of interesting stuff in here. So we're going to start off with Morgan Shepard. This was during his time with the Wood Brothers. Next up, we have Donnie and Bobby. That'd be a nice one to send off to both of those guys and get signed. These are sticking together just a little bit, but they're not bricks. So there's a Ronald, Donald, Donnie, and Kenny, Donnie and his boys. This was probably taken in, I'm going to say 82, because of the Uno sponsorship. That's when it was really starting to go on board. Looks like we got a Pat and Donnie. So this is an Allison pack here. Bobby and Terry Labonte. That'd be a nice one to send off. And then you may have seen the back of this one. The Dale Earnhardt, back in black, back when he had 5 titles. And you've seen the back was written in Braille. So that was something Action Pack did that was a little unique to the times. Was it's not an insert, but part of the set had Braille backs. So that was really cool of them. There you see Kyle Petty starts us off on pack number 2. So Kyle Petty in that wild hair. Darrell Waltrip is next. Young Jeff Gordon with his rainbow helmet. Brett Bodine, who now works for NASCAR in their Research and Development Center or something of that effect. He was a pace car driver for many years. There's Ken Schrader, and here's a Young Guns card of Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Kenny Wallace. That'd be kind of cool to get that one all signed up. And what I'm doing here is I'm kind of turning the cards. You can kind of see when the light doesn't hit it correctly. There at the bottom, it really blacks out the nameplate. But if you just alter it and twist it just a little bit or turn the card just a little bit, it just pops right up. So that's a pretty cool card there. Go to our third pack. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of repeat here. Donnie Allison. Not sure what year this is from. I'd really have to look. I'm looking at this Hawaiian Tropics, so that's going to be late 70s. And he only had a few wins during that era, so this might be 1977, maybe at Talladega. I believe he won that race. There's Bobby's son, Clifford Allison. Clifford passed away in 1992 at Michigan. Sadly, I was at the track and did witness the crash that took Clifford's life. There's another Dale Earnhardt. So this picture is either from 79 or 80. Not real sure which one. Not a lot to go by on that picture. Looks like it might have been taken at Nashville Fairgrounds. There's the late Alan Kulwicki. And that's a base set card in memory of. Couldn't remember if there was a subset or an insert set of him. And then we have Dale Earnhardt and Kenny Wallace. Kenny, of course, was one of the 1993 Cup Series Rookie of the Year contenders, alongside Bobby Labonte and Jeff Gordon. Kenny had the least successful run that year. He did break his shoulder blade at a test in Indianapolis. I was at that practice session. That was a fun 2-day test that they had. Kenny spun coming off of turn 4 and hit the attenuator at the end of the pit lane and did a lot of damage. Of course, broke his shoulder blade. He didn't miss any races, but he did have Dick Trickle drive in relief of him. Trickle did get 2 top 10 finishes, but was not eligible to give Kenny rookie points since a rookie did not drive the car. So there you have Dale Earnhardt, Bobby Labonte, Kenny Wallace once again. Of course, these might be considered Cup rookie cards, but they're not. They're true rookie cards. I believe Kenny's is an 89 max, Bobby's is a 91 max, maybe 91 tracks as well, and of course Jeff's is a 91 tracks. So they're nice cards to have for their early careers. There's another Bobby Labonte. Michael and Darrell, that'd be a nice one to get signed by both of those guys. And then who's our last card of the day? Another Kenny Schrader. Probably not going to try to put this set together. I don't know. I could, since I have that other box, but it's not at the top of my list. So here we have Terry Labonte. This was a car he ran in 1993 for Billy Hagan. Thing with this particular year, he drove for Billy Hagan 2 times, from 1978 to 1986. Then he left in 87, went to Junior Johnson, drove for Junior from 87 to 89. Then in 90, he drove for Richard Jackson. Then in 91, he went back to Billy Hagan's team and drove to them through 93. 1993 is significant for Terry's career because it was the first year, including 1978, when he only ran 5 races, the first year that Terry did not score a top 5 finish in his career. I believe he had like 13 top 10s or something to that effect, but yeah, it doesn't give us the year, the numbers for that year, or does it? No, it doesn't give us the numbers. I was hoping it would. There's Wally Dallenbach. Of course, this 1992 would have been his first full Cup season. He drove a partial season in 1991 for Junie Donlevy with technical alliance from Jack Roush. Jeff Gordon, we've seen that card earlier. Rusty and Kenny, that'd be a nice one to get signed as well. A lot of these dual cards. There we see Dale Earnhardt popping up again. But we have Motorcraft, that'd be Morgan Shepard. Drove 2 years for Bud Moore, 90 and 91. I'm sorry, that's Jeffrey Bodine. Bodine was driving by that time. And then Dale Earnhardt, but this time this back is Braille on this card. So 1970 Rookie of the Year, and wins the Cup in 1980. Again, just by the looks of the track, that could be Nashville Fairgrounds. I'm not real sure on that. Got 2 more packs to go, so enjoying this little trip down, you know, don't want to call it memory lane, but a trip in the past. Just kind of checking out some stuff from days gone by with the cards. You have Kenny Wallace. We have Wally Dallenbach, so we're getting a few repeats here. There's a nice Jeff Gordon. Of course, this would have been his rookie campaign in 1993. Looks like he's got a little nose damage there. Maybe bumped into somebody in a corner. Looks like he's got a tire marker too. And you can tell it's very, very, very early in Jeff's career because his trunk lid does not have any sponsorship on it. You have Valvoline on the C-post there. I'll zoom in. Of course, you know in 95 they switched to Quaker State, and I believe that's what they've had ever since. You have a little Pyroll decal down here below the DuPont logo. So you got a few different keys there that let you know what year that was from. We have Bobby and Terry again. We've seen that one a few minutes ago. And another Dale Earnhardt. Oh, we got one stuck together here. So there's that Dale Earnhardt. And then got this one stuck together. Another Donnie Allison. Let's see if it says anything about card front. Oh, it's a 150-lap championship race at Macon, Georgia. So wasn't a Talladega win, but it was definitely during that era of the late 70s because the Hawaiian Tropic logo would have been when he was driving Hoss Ellington's #1 car. So that would have been about 76, 77 through 79 or 80. So we end up this last pack. We start with Mr. Excitement, Jimmy Spencer. This is when he was driving for Bobby Allison. You have Rusty Wallace. Now we have a Morgan Shepard card. This is when he was driving for the Wood Brothers. He had some good seasons there. Of course, 1993 got his last career win at Atlanta. Here's that Donnie Allison and family card. 2 more to go, then we'll call it a day. Looks like we're going to end with the Dale Earnhardt, but we have another Bobby Labonte, and then there's the final card of the day, Dale Earnhardt. Another back in black, and this is another Braille card. So those are really, really cool. So once again, special thanks to John Jabs from The Past is Alive. The Past is Alive from last year, making a deal with me to acquire some of these cards. I really do appreciate that. Kind of glad I got those out of the way. I have to get those sorted now as I'm getting all my drivers sorted, or all my racing cards sorted by driver, and that's been quite a project, let me tell you. But anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Tomorrow, because I'll have a little more time on my hands, we're going to go ahead and get into that Grand Slam baseball card box. I kind of peeked in there to see what we have. I know what we have in terms of quantity. I don't know exactly the exact packs and everything, but I'm excited and looking forward and hoping that we can pull some nice stuff, maybe a couple hits. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your Thursday, guys. Like I say, tomorrow we'll do the Grand Slam Card Club box. Maybe on Saturday we'll finally tear into that Torque, and I will, hopefully, if the weather holds up, have some racing videos from the Indianapolis Speedrome. So enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.